Well, folks, it's a beautiful day. I hope this video goes already not so good, but we'll see. Clear skies, beautiful outside. Sunday brings rewards. I hope this video goes. It's very important to make. It's the oldest war in the world. It's the oldest human travesty in the world known to man. It's about theology and where most wars in this world come from. No different today than any other time in human civilization. In fact, this is something about the elite versus we the people. It's always been, will always go on. There is only one nation in the world today that stands against that gross evil of an elite government over so many subjugated people worldwide, the vast majority. And it is the war on America. It's killing of Christ. It's absolutely the destruction, folks, of America, at least attempted by a mass majority of the world. We're going to get into it now here in this video. Theology, as it really is, like nobody else before me has ever done, because these are taboo topics that nobody wishes to address. We're going to get into all the main religions, their place in government, and where they stand today as it really is. And it is the war on America. Folks, when you look at the United States of America, the vast majority of Christian worshiping Americans, the people, the folks who actually fought the War of Independence, and why they did, because they had a truth they left Europe to get away from, a truth of church for the people and state for the people. One is here, and that is American Protestant, American evangelism, and most of the Christian world of America. Only ones of their kind worldwide. There's no other country in the world built on the idea that it's the people with their relationship with God, specifically Christ, that's over here, divisible and separate from the state over here. Two separate things, that the people, the individual, has their relationship with God, their relationship with their government, beholden by them, their choice to follow God. Nobody, I repeat, nobody takes that away from them. Only found in Christianity from Protestant through evangelicalism. That's it. That's it. Now, folks, if you think this is the only version of Protestant, you're extremely wrong. You're extremely wrong. UK Protestant and evangelicalism doesn't exist the same way. While in America, those Christians developed in those 13 colonies a different relationship directly with God, that is not what they left the old world from. The old world, the relationship was on the Anglican belief that in order to get to God, you had to go through the monarch. That is the absolute difference between America and the old world United Kingdom and all the kingdom nations throughout the world that allowed for worship of God, specifically Christian worship. They said the head of the church, for you to get your relationship with God, you must go through the monarch, because the monarch is the head of church. Church is under state. That is facts undeniable, as painful as that is for all folks out there. That has always been the truth of all kingdoms in the world. It's why colonialism ran the way it did. It's why there were doctrines called papal bull doctrine for specific faiths. Absolutely all Catholic faith, all of it, from every single kingdom who institutionalized Catholic faith. Catholics fell a long time ago. So did Protestants to Anglicanism, where not you with Jesus, you through your monarch who runs Jesus. Okay? That's just Christian. Do you think the Islamic State today is any different than that truth of the old world order and kingdom? No. Absolutely, Islam is identical in every single way. To get through to God, to get through the teachings of Muhammad, you have to go through your head of state. In some respects, that's monarchs. Some respects, that's supreme leaders. In some respects, that's government. Do you think outside the kingdoms it's any different with China? The answer is no. In China, everybody, China recognizes only 5 religions in the world: Catholic, Islam, Protestant, Buddhists, and Taoists. Okay? Now, of the major religions, Westerners know, Europeans know, you know, the Christ on the cross. Did you know that Catholics put the head of state not as the Pope in China, but as the Communist Party? Xi Jinping and the Communist Party replaced the Pope for all Chinese Catholics. Just like in England, the monarch. Okay? Do you know that? Because if you don't know that, all Americans, all Canadians, you should know that. Do you know all Muslims in China? If you don't put Xi Jinping and the Communist Party as your intermediary to God through Islam, if you don't put that head of state as your intermediary, you're a Uyghur Muslim and you're going to go through retraining and reconditioning. That is Islam in China. You have to be one with the Communist Party. You have to put Xi Jinping or whomever is president of China going forward as your intermediary, your God of all gods. Protestants, same thing. They don't go monarch. It's not Anglican. It's Chinese state. All the same. All the same. Completely different than the United States of America, where that is the only version where we, the people, have a relationship with whichever God we choose. Every other religion is not sanctioned in China, as you'll find in all the kingdoms. Oh, sure, you can have it, but you won't see any state funding. It's why the Catholic Church is the most powerful in the world, why the Islamic State is so powerful in the world. Because it's still church under state. That state is your God, whoever that is. China's no exception. Folks, when we go on to other introductory laws to the world that never passed the test, where America, for example, dissolves the UN Convention on the Rights of Child, you learn really quick that charter, 1946, that every nation, including UK, China, France, Spain, Portugal, and on, we can go through all the kingdoms of the world, United Arab Emirates, all of them, all the Islamic states, all those countries who signed on to that, guaranteeing you, the people, and even says right in the introductory to the UN Charter, we the people. And it goes through and it guarantees you life, liberty, and religion. Those are things, the equality of men and women, these things are enshrined and promised post-World War II by every nation in the world, all 193. Gross violators today on the UN Security Council: France, UK, and absolutely 100% China. Those three violate it entirely. When we came to this UN Convention on the Rights of a Child, Russia swayed off course. They went to diversity, equity, inclusion, the rights of government over the family unit, in full violation of every theological truth that religion told you not to do. Even the idea that government is God and government can intervene in the family unit and take your children away, prioritize children, basically abuse people on their class level in society, especially the poor. I'm Canadian, everybody. Right now, 12 million Canadians out of our 41 million can't afford to eat. Can't afford to eat. When you read the UN Convention on the Rights of a Child, they go into the guarantee of every child to have free post-secondary education. When 12 million people, you think about a quarter of families in Canada, can't afford to feed themselves or their children properly, do you think they can afford post-secondary education or even send their kids to school? And under that convention, that guarantee of such, when the state says, sorry, you can't even afford to feed yourself, or because the state created that, or put your kids in post-secondary education, or fund that at a reasonable level. Think of a person making minimum wage, or even anybody under $25 an hour today in Canada. What do you think, under the UN Convention on the Rights of a Child, that allows the government to do with your children against you because of your poverty? Not protected. In fact, it gives control of your family unit handed over through government applied social services to do with your children as they see fit. Folks, that's my video. It looks like everything's good. I don't see anything about scrapped screen. So I think we're good. I think all storms have passed. Clear skies work out for me today. And maybe I'm going to revisit the video I did yesterday. But folks, this one's critical. It needs to be shared. It's killing America. It's the war on America, as it's always been from the old world. America is not to be, and America will be destroyed if people don't wake up to these critical truths centered around first theology and the family unit. If you've never read the UN Charter, 1946, you should download it and read it in its entirety. It's a very long read, not bad. I can rip through it in about 25 minutes. I've done YouTube videos on it, very old now, but it's good to revisit in these times for people who don't understand what's going on, who are searching for answers, especially around Canada, the 51st state. It's a great starting point in understanding. You'll learn about the authority of the Security Council, what is international law, what isn't, and the promise that your government made that they've clearly violated. Just reading the UN Charter, you can put in your brain about all the UN conventions your government's passed against you without your expressed permission and without your beliefs in mind, clearly in a minority of elites where you weren't even presented with or given any options to. And you'll see these laws are all vetoed by the UN Security Council. Any veto from any permanent 5 member nullifies that in international law and measures you against all binding other laws that are absolutely bound to your nation and their status as a country. Canada is in full violation of so many laws, including ripping through the UN Charter. All you have to do is read through that and then start summarizing how much of that UN Charter does Canada match. After what I've just told you about UK, France, and China, and even Russia, how many of the P5 members still adhere and uphold to the UN Charter? You'll find only one country, the United States of America. They're the only one. You were supposed to be educated by your government at every regional and municipal level, absolutely imposed by your federal government in your education system, but you never got it because they didn't want you to have it. And they've never honored any of that they signed on to more than 85 years ago today. Forevermore. It's actually 89 years, 89 years ago. And they still don't uphold any of it today. In fact, they've moved on in a different direction, on an evil path of you, the slave, you, the subject, you without God, and only government, because your government is God. If you don't agree with that, you have to start really looking at what you are and where you want to go. Because if you hold faith and that hits home with you and you say, no, my relationship with my divinity is mine alone, well, you don't want to be a Canadian, and you don't want to be in any organized religion in Canada. You want to be in the United States and only on a 52 percentile of American religious order, which is still a majority in America, and it's what keeps the Constitution strong and keeps America strong. Their faith in God, for the people to choose themselves, where nobody tells you that state is your intermediary to God and God is under state. If you don't believe in that, then you don't believe in Canada. And that's the truth, whether you know that or not. I've just given you these facts that AI will easily break down for you. God bless everybody. Share the video. And since the video is holding up and everything's good, I'm going to set up and redo yesterday's video. But it's never as good the second time around as it is the first time when you do it from here and everything that's in here. It's always best to give it straight, but I'm gonna have to do it anyway. Okay, God bless. Share, get it out there, learn the truth. Love you all. Bye now.